the Fade 5 podcast with Brad Evans and Nate Lundy.
Place your bets, you jackwagons. Brad the Big Noise Evans here, joined by the good son, Nathaniel Lundy. 'Tis indeed another Monday night edition of the Fade 5 podcast. On this first pod of November, honk, honk. We're going to hop aboard the Plus Bus. Hopefully enjoy a smooth ride and cash in at plus odds, whether in the NHL, dropping the puck and making some bucks, maybe college basketball opening day. Oh, goody. I love this time of year. The Monday night matchup between the Cowboys and Cardinals, the NBA. Pick your poison, Lundy. Again, what do you like at plus odds?
Let's go to the ice. Let's talk about a guy that we've talked about before. It's William Nylander. I just need him to have an assist, Brad. Plus 105, little baby seduced by the juice on this one. Why? Toronto has played 9 games. 9 times. They have played 9 games. William Nylander has 12 assists in those 9 games, okay? Including the fact that he's got at least 1 assist in 6 out of the 7 home games that they have played. And guess what? Toronto is back at home, and everyone will be turning their attention from the baseball diamond and back to the ice, as is the norm north of the border. And so let's look for Nylander to be able to try to ease the pain of those Blue Jays fans by tallying an apple tonight as they take on Pittsburgh.
Man, what a World Series. Just high drama from beginning to end. I didn't have any action on it. I didn't have a dog in the fight, but I was thoroughly entertained. So bravo, baseball. Bravo there, the Fall Classic, and apologies to our friends in Canada. They got all kinds of hockey to pick from. Or maybe you just got to pick a random team, the NFL, and hopefully take home a trophy. Or maybe you want to back this wager and possibly make some moolah. I love a little CeeDee Lamb. Most receiving yards in the game on Monday Night Football, plus 140, and I grabbed this at DraftKings Sportsbook. Now, the mano-a-mano matchup on paper ain't the greatest, facing arguably the strongest link in that secondary, the Arizona Cardinals, that being Will Johnson. He's only given up a 57.7 catch percentage, 82.1 passer rating, and he's number 24 entering the week, and pass coverage great. But this is CeeDee flipping Lamb, America, a guy that can beat you out of the slot, can beat you outside. All he does is get that breathing room and that separation from his defender, and is in lockstep right now with the Dak attack. And of course, the volume is always pumped up considerably, considering the Dallas Cowboys don't play a lick-a-dee. You look at CeeDee Lamb, number 37 in total air yards. Granted, he missed a few games, so appreciable ranking there. Number 24 in total yak. Number 5, though, in yards per route run. And 2, we see an 8.4 targets per game. Hell, Lundy, in the 3 full contests that he has played this season, he has gone over the 100-yard mark out of the 4, I should say. So as long as he remains upright for 4 quarters of action, the volume is going to be there. The catchers are going to come. And I think CeeDee Lamb leads the game. I know he is a front runner, but rightfully so. And it's still plus money. Plus 140 there at DraftKings Sportsbook. With those bets on the board, it's time to get after it with another Monday night edition of the Fade 5.
Number 5.
All right, numero cinco here on the countdown. You might have to do a triple take because you're like, does this guy actually exist? Does he play NFL tackle football? He has never been uttered, never been mentioned ever before out of these lips, unrolling off this tongue. But you look at Luke Schoonmaker. All I need, Lundy, is an OCC. Yeah, you know me. On one catch cash. That's what that stands for. So give me the over on 4.5 receiving yards. That's it, folks. At a minus 115 at BetMGM. You look at Arizona. They have allowed the 9th most, 9 times 9, tight end yards on the season, giving up 6.7 receptions, 68.70 yards per game, and along with 3 touchdowns, plus size targets, 13, Lundy. 13 tight ends have grabbed at least 5 receiving yards against him. And you look at Schoonmaker, he's done this in 4 of his last 6. He's averaging 7 yards per catch. I just need 1 grab, bro, and hit your average mark. Seeing 9.1 routes per game, run around on 23.6% of his snaps played. I love sweating out these idiotic bets. This one certainly qualifies. Luke Schoonmaker, numero cinco here on the Monday night edition of the Fade 5 Countdown. All I need is the over 4.5 receiving yards, and we're all for the right foot at a -115 at BetMGM. And Lundy, fade or follow?
I will follow on this one because I like a one-catch payday. I'm good with that. It's like betting on somebody random for a three-pointer. It's like me going after William Nylander with the assist. It just takes one good play, just one, and we're cashing. I think you do the standard juice here, 4.5, nice and simple. Go ahead and spoon up with the schooner.
Oh, I see what you did. Do you want a spoon later?
Number 4.
Lundy had to do a double take on that one. I think he's interested and intrigued by the offer. Numero cuatro here on the Fade 5 countdown. Zay, have yourself a day. And all I need is 19 receiving yards to cash in on this. Another low threshold offering. And hopefully my little legs are going to be able to jump over that hurdle on the 18.5 receiving yards at a -115 juice at BetMGM on Zay Jones. And give me the background on this. Dallas stinks, folks. I don't know if you've seen them play defense or the lack thereof. It's non-existent. They're number 32 entering the weekend drop back EPA defense. They've allowed the second most wide receiver yards of any team in the National Football League. 23. Michael Jordan, 23, Lundy. WRs have grabbed at least 19 yards against them. He's going to see a lot of bridges in coverage. Inexperienced DB who's given up a 16.6 yards per catch rate. That's off the charts, along with a 61.1% catch rate overall and 105.3 passer rating to boot. So certainly exploitable, certainly vulnerable in that defensive backfield. Zay Jones seeing a decent 2.8 targets per game. He's running 23.3 routes per contest, number 14 among all qualifying wide receivers in average depth of target. And he's gone over this prop in 3 of his last 4. So hopefully the trend will remain thy friend on Zay Jones. Over 18.5 receiving yards at a -115 at BetMGM. Numero cuatro on the countdown. Lundy, fade or follow?
I got to roll with this one, Brad, because look at the total. Isn't the total still like 53 right now? I think it is. And if you're going to have that high of a total, guess what? That means the odds makers are expecting some kind of a shootout. In some form or fashion, they expect a shootout. And when you see a backup quarterback come in, like Brisket Boy, and you got a little relationship with Zay Jones, you see how those things start to correlate. I love this one. This should be higher on your list, my man.
Oh, this might be a payday, folks.
Number 3.
All right, Numero Trace here on the Fade 5 Monday night edition of the Countdown. Slip a ring of the Bridezilla. That is one Trey McBride. Anytime touchdown. I grabbed it at a +115 juice at BetMGM. Quite frankly, I can't believe it's plus money. If anything, it should be like a -105, -110 overall. So I think there's some nice value attached to this particular prop. Why? Well, you look at, again, Dallas. Dead last in drop back EPA defense is already outlined with Zay Jones. Specific to tight ends, Lundy, they've given up 5.8 receptions, 51.9 yards per game, but only 2 touchdowns to those plus size targets. So maybe that explains why this is at plus odds based on what the algorithm is calculating. But look at Trey McBride. He is numero uno among all tight ends entering the week. And total red zone targets with 13. He's averaging 9.4 targets per game overall, whether off the hand of Jacoby Brissett or the Dachshund of the Desert, who could be a change of pace quarterback option, allegedly, tonight, and Kyler Murray. But you look at McBride, also number 4 in total yak. He scored a touchdown in 3 of his last 5 games. I think he hauls one in 4-6 and spikes it home. Anytime touchdown with Trey McBride, +115 at BetMGM. Numero Trace on the countdown. Lundy, fade or follow?
You got to roll with Bridezilla. This guy should be able to splash 6 in a game that's got, I mean, again, folks, the total is huge in this game. Yeah. They are expecting points to be scored. So go find your favorite anytime touchdown, guys. And I think Trey McBride should be at or near the top of the list for that. With Arizona, like Arizona may lose this game. And I get that. They may lose the game being on the road at Jerry World. But Arizona's going to score a lot of points in this game because Dallas can't stop anybody.
Bingo, bango, and mongo. And guess what? If you want more bets, you need to go to our website, thegamingjuice.com, you jackals. It's absolutely free, folks. I already have my Week 10 Fantasy Football Rankings, the 1.0 version, live on the site. Always ranking for half point PPR. Quarterback Flames already live on the site for Week 10. I'm probably going to be rolling out the running back Flames piece a little bit later on today. Eventually down the road, we'll get wide receivers and tight ends out of the NFL top props ahead of the Week 10 action. The college football forecast as well from Ben Winstein, Matt Fortuna, and Nate Jacobson. They had a mighty fine week in Week 10 of that sport last weekend. That one will roll out usually on Thursdays. Lundy's always free and transparent spreadsheet is there if you like dropping the puck and try to make some bucks. And my always free and transparent spreadsheet now with a college basketball tab. Oh, goody. Available at thegamingjuice.com. You can ask me a question at your leisure, at your convenience, and I will try to answer in short order. Again, folks, we don't charge you a penny. It's absolutely free. Go to thegamingjuice.com. Click, converse, and cash. ... Maybe.
Number 2.
All right, numero dos here on the Fave 5 Countdown. Oh, let's run to grab some brisket. Oh, it's so delicious, especially if you're deep in the heart of Texas. And this one certainly is because it's being played in Little D. And that is certainly the proper description for the Cowboys defense, any way, shape, and form. I think Jacoby Brissett, he's not the speediest dude. He's no Lamar Jackson. He's no Drake May either out there. He's a guy that does call his own number and is an advantageous and opportunistic sprinter. So give me the over on 14.5 rush yards at a minus 115 there at BetMGM. And Lundy, I actually wrote about this on thegamingjuice.com. You look at Jacoby Brissett. He's actually done this in back-to-back games. Dallas is number 30 in rush EPAD entering the night, giving up 27.5 rush yards per game just to the quarterback position. Why? Well, they have the second highest pressure rate, so they're a blitz-happy team as they're cranking up the heat on 30.1% of opponent dropbacks. 6 quarterbacks, a half dozen, folks, have eclipsed the needed number here. And you look at Brissett, he's averaging 4.7 yards per carry, 2.5 attempts per game, and again, has gone over this in back-to-back starts. I think he makes it 3 in a row. Numero dos on the Monday Night Football edition of the Fade 5 Countdown. Jacoby Brissett over 14.5 rush yards at a minus 115 at DraftKings Sportsbook. Lundy, fade or follow.
Ooh. You know I can't go 5 for 5, and I have no idea what's at number 1 because I haven't looked. I need to pick one. I need to pick one to fade, and this won't be it. I will follow on this one. I think this is a low enough threshold for him. I think he can go over this number. You know, he wants to be able to scoot around, not quite like Kyler Murray. But hey, after watching Jaden Daniels' arm in
yikes
position,
yep.
All I gotta say is Jacoby, please slide. Please slide. I don't want another video like that.
And no head first dives. Por and favor, Brissett.
Number 1.
Numero uno, the Monday Night Football edition of the Fade 5 Countdown. Let's get some plus money on the board. Yes, I actually built this at DraftKings. Forgot to put that there in the script if you're watching this on YouTube. But I'm going to build a little same-game parlay. Give me the Dak attack. Dak Prescott, 2+ passing touchdowns. It's kind of like correlate, synergize, and bring it all together. If he's going to be slinging it all over the field, you know he's going to be going to his WR1 early and often. Give me CeeDee Lamb in the all-market, 70+ receiving yards. Look at that, little baby. Seduced by the juice is indeed achieved. Again, built this simple 2-legger there at DraftKings Sportsbook. You look at Arizona, the number 19 in dropback EPAD entering the night. They're giving up a decent 6.48 pass errors per attempt, 246.3 pass errors per game, and an 8-4 touchdown interception split in their 7 contests against opposing quarterbacks. You look at the number of quarterbacks that have thrown for at least 2 touchdowns against them, it's only 2. So they've been decent, though they're rather subpar. And a lot of those advanced analytics. And Dak, man, he just uncorks all the damn time. He's number 7 in total air yards, number 14 in red zone completion percentage, number 7 in deep ball completion percentage. He has done this in 5 of 8. He's coming off that opening of Krispy Kreme shop against your Denver Broncos, in which he had a big fat donut in the category. So it's been chapping his ass, and he's going to go out there and sling it all over the place. So I think he's going to complete at least a couple of receptions for touchdowns. So 2+ passing touchdowns. And CeeDee Lamb already laid out the reasons why. I think he's going to lead this game in receiving yards. I think he is a viable threat to cross the 100-yard mark, even though Will Johnson has been pretty damn good in coverage. He will not be on him exclusively, not going to be shadowing him. So CD will be a chess piece moved all over the place to take advantage and maximize the matchup. And Lamb has done this repeatedly this season, 3 or 4 games, as a matter of fact. So put all together, my numero uno play under the prime time lights. Same gamer, Dak Prescott, 2+ passing touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb, 70+ receiving yards. Get you to +104. DraftKings, the Lundy. I dare you. Fade or follow.
No, I got to follow. Damn it. Here I was hoping your number 1 was going to be something stupid and I could fade it and it wouldn't have to go 5 for 5. And so now, Brad, guess what? We're screwed. We're screwed. Because I'm in agreement with you. This is like when everybody on the pregame panel picks the same winner. What happens? The one that didn't get picked is the one that winds up winning. This is what happens. And so now we're screwed, Brad. We're screwed. I don't know.
So the recommendation I make to our audience, take all 5 of the selections in the countdown, parlay them together, and get filthy rich. All right, it's bonus time. Bonus time.
No. Shut your face. Don't do that.
I'm going to go for 5. I had a really good weekend in NFL betting. It's a rarity.
If you really want to do it, Brad, what they should do is take all 5 and bet the opposite and parlay those together.
That's what I meant. Did I not? Maybe I misspoke.
I thought you meant put everything.
Don't listen to me.
Yeah. Don't listen to Brad. Remember, we're working on that flip Brad the Bird button on the gamingjuice.com. That's the button we're working on.
Yeah, it's getting bigger. It's getting throbbier by the minute. And my heart is pumping with excitement because we got bonus time. Lundy, what else do you have?
Let's go to the ice. I got a couple of really small things. I don't have a ton in bonus time. There's only 4 games in hockey. There's a handful in the NBA, but I got to be honest, they're all kind of crappy games tonight. I mean, who's looking forward to the Sacramento Kings and the Nuggets? You know what I mean? Anyway, I digress. Let me get back to the ice on this one. A couple of teams playing each other tonight that all they do is give up shots. They all give up shots on goal like crazy. So this is an all Nashville all the time, same game parlay that I built over at DraftKings. I just need each of these guys for the Nashville Predators to have at least 2 shots on goal. Pretty simple here, okay? We're talking about Philip Forsberg, we're talking about Jonathan Marchessault, and we're talking about Steven Stamkos. If all 3 of those guys have at least 2 shots on goal, which, by the way, it's possible that they would do that by the end of the second period, okay? We're talking about the 3 guys that lead Nashville in shots going up against a team in Vancouver that gives up a shitload of shots, okay? So you just put it all together and it's like a Sogs fest, okay? So 2 for Marchessault, 2 for Stamkos, and 2 for Forsberg. It's a -105, but I am happy to pay that juice given the fact that these guys should absolutely roar in terms of shots on goal tonight. So run with that one. Run, don't walk, as they like to say with that one. Keep an eye on for tonight over in the association. I told you it's kind of a boring schedule, but at the same time, you know who is en fuego with Ant-Man being hurt right now, and that is Julius Randle. His point, I know this could wind up being a bit of a blowout. They're taking on Brooklyn, but Julius Randle is rocking right now with Anthony Edwards being sidelined with the injury. So I love his points total tonight, which sits at a 24.5, and you can take the over at a standard juice of minus 115. I love that number tonight because even if there is a blowout, this is a guy that is still creeping at or above the 30 mark, even when they have been in these blowout games. So I think he's taking this opportunity with Edwards sidelined, and he's taking full advantage of it. And so you might as well do the same. Again, standard juice. It is a minus 115. That one is over at DraftKings. I would jump on that one. I know Dallas stinks defensively, but isn't there part of you, Brad, that just sort of expects Jacoby Brissett to throw a pick at some point?
Maybe, but I don't think he's got I take that back. He may actually have like 30, 35 pass attempts. So sure.
What I'm thinking too. And it's minus odds. The last I saw it was like minus 106. So that one might be like a half unit bet for me because again, this Dallas defense stinks. But it's also Jacoby Brissett. And I wouldn't surprise me if maybe Dallas gets just enough pressure on him to make him do something stupid with the ball. So I don't hate that one at a minus 106. And you guys know that I love to be able to roll with these, even against a subpar opponent. So back to the association we go. If you're going to give me plus odds for Joker to have a triple double, I'm going to take it. It's just what I do. Okay. Right now sitting at a plus 110 to throw down the TD tonight, the triple double against the Kings. So I will roll with that one as well in the association. Toronto, you had it.
I know.
You could hit a baseball 1,000 times and never have it wedge between the dirt and the wall like that ever again. Oh my goodness, they had it right in their grasp. I feel so bad for Toronto because they should have won that series and they should have been celebrating for the first time in 32 years a World Series championship, but now they got to try to do it again in 2026 instead. Just know that we're with you, America's hat. We wish you had won too. I yield the floor to the fine gentleman from Illinois.
Well, good thing I got a lot of Canadian whiskey on hand to try to numb that pain. Going to be a long off season for the Toronto Blue Jays. All right, let's go with the Team Huevos parlay play on Monday Night Football. Now, I'm going to keep it simple, folks, and we're going to throw in a boost because it qualifies. It's a little two-legger. Give me Bam Night on the anytime touchdown market. Then we're going to confuse the algorithm to jack up the juice. I'll take the Dallas Cowboys straight up on the money line. That's it. When you throw in the boost that is offered at DraftKings, you get to plus 426. Yeah, really roll the shoulders and get seduced by that juice. Again, Dallas, number 30 in rush EPAD, giving a 4.93 yards per carry, 159.9 total yards per game of the running back position, 10 touchdowns. They have surrendered to RBs this year. And I know there's all kinds of rumors and speculation. Oh, what about Michael Carter? What about Amari DiMercado, bro? Look, I get it, but Bam Knight, I think, is going to get at least a dozen carries in this game. And he is going to be the featured running back in goal line and red zone packages. He has scored in 2 of his last 3 games. He's got 5 red zone attempts as well over that span. I know he's only got a 2.21 yak per attempt, but Bam Knight, or Zonovan by his other name, is a guy that's got to zigzag and plow into the end zone at some point against one of the defensive, if not the weakest defensive units in the National Football League. And then give me the Cowboys just to win straight up. I think they will find a way. They're at home to emerge victorious. It's going to be sweaty, to say the least. That usually happens when you have a defense that's always leaving that back door wide ass open. And Brissett is a better than advertised backup. So I still think Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Juggernaut Javonte Williams, George Pickens, Jake Ferguson, those guys will be able to get in. Man, Schoonmaker, they can't stop him, Lundy. I think Dallas wins. So again, Bam Knight, anytime touchdown. The Cowboys on the money line plus 426 with that odds boost. Ridiculous juice. Let it ride there at DraftKings Sportsbook. Elsewhere, bonus time. Lundy, I'm already 1-0 in college basketball. I'm going to go undefeated this year. I'm going to go to like 600 and nothing. Thank you. Shout out to Queens for the cover. Shout out to Queens and Winthrop, who had to start at an ungodly hours, like 8 a.m. Eastern time, I think, or 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. I took the under as well, and that hit on the same game parlay. So I'm already off to a roaring start right now in college hoops. Let's get a couple of picks on the marquee matchups. And folks, I don't know these teams. Truth be told, I mean, I'm learning just like you are based on who is shifted around, where all the NIL money went, what the team construct is, the strengths and weaknesses. Nobody knows. The odds makers really don't know. So if you have some inside information, you can really take advantage of what the books are giving you. However, based on what I know about these franchises, these teams, and based on what I know about the coaching styles of the players that have come in, I'm going to take Arizona plus the points. I'm going to lay a little sprinkle as well, straight up on the money line against the defending champs and the Florida Gators. Now, Florida, they have the best front court in college basketball with Houck, Chenulu, and Condon returning, but Arizona's got a bunch of dudes down low as well. As Akawa is a guy who is a very physical player in the post, and Mount Cariza as well at 7'2" is back off of injury, so they'll be able to match up quite well in the post against that team. And you could argue that Arizona has one of the best backcourts in the country there with Bradley and Del Orozo. So I think Arizona will love playing a brisker pace. Florida certainly likes that as well. You know, Walter Clayton is finally gone. He's in the NBA. Both these teams are going to be excellent offensively all year. I just think Arizona can keep this thing extremely close, if not spring the upset outright. So get them. I got them at plus 4.5. It's a plus 3.5 right now on BetMGM. I still play that number. And again, a little sprinkle on the Cats on the money line. And Viva Las Vegas. And then the other one, I like BYU. They got dudes, so many dudes. Demansa, the freshman sensation, a guy that I think they backed up a truck for like $7-8 million this year alone. He's going to be number one overall pick, more than likely, in the NBA draft. Richie Saunders is back. He can be sopping wet from outside. They play brisk pace there. Kevin Young's got some players, and they're taking on Villanova. And Villanova, it's an overhaul. They got one guy back who play meaningful minutes in Perkins. Outside of that, you look at this roster under Willard, who left Maryland to take this job. It's going to be work in progress. So I kind of like BYU laying the 8.5. I kind of like BYU on the under as well, 81.5 points. At a minus 105 there at BetMGM. Villanova's going to try to slow this thing down, try to grind it out there in the half court. And I also like the under overall in the game at 153.5. So a lot of unders. So I believe BYU's got to cover the 8.5 points is what I grabbed at there at BetMGM. Oh, and one last thing, going back to Florida, Arizona. I like the under in that game a ton as well at 164.5 is what I grabbed at. I think it's down to 162.5. I don't think it's going to be that high scoring straight out of the gate. All right, we're out of breath and out of time here on the Fade 5 podcast. Do us a favor. Drop us a rating and a review at your convenience. Also, fade or follow us on the X, where Lundy's always giving it to you there at Nate Lundy. I'm doing the same at Noisy Huevos. Until next time, for the lovely, handsome, and outstanding Nathaniel Lundy, I'm Brad Evans. Fade or follow. That is up to you. College Hoops is back. Yes!